Now we have another rule which is uh, about dividing. So this one is a little tricky, but you can always show it to your friends, and it does amaze a few people. It may not be very useful into day-to-day life, but let me show you. So if you want to divide something by 7, so let's do 1 by 7. So if you divide 1 divided by 7, that will be equal to 1, 0.142857, right? So suppose, so you can see there are several numbers in this. So suppose if you want to divide it by 2 by 7, then all you need to do is instead of choosing 1, you take the second smallest number in this number. The second smallest number is 2. So all we do is I say 0 and I say 2, 8, 5, 7, 1, 4. So I started my number from here. I went this side and then I put 4 here uh, and 1 also here. So I just move the sequence. So if you do it again, let's do it 3 by 7. So in this case, I'll look at the uh, third smallest number. So third smallest number is 4 in this case. So I'll start with 4, 2, 8, 5, 7, 1. So that is the answer. So you can keep doing this for other numbers. So that's one of the trick which sometimes if you show to your friends or just show to your kids, it could be something which can amaze them. And finally, there is one more trick, and that trick is about dividing. So for example, let's say if we have a number called uh, 636363, and we want to so this is a repeating decimal and we want to convert into the fraction. So all I need to do is I look at uh, this number 63. So 63 is the 2-digit number, so I'll put 63 divided by 99. I put 2 digit in the 2 nines in the bottom. And suppose if we have the same thing, 0.787 787, so all I need to do is write 787 divided by 3 nines in the decimal, in the denominator, and that will give me the fraction. So that's another quick way to get the fractions. So same way, suppose if we have 0.111111, so the answer is very easy, 1 divided by 9. So although this might be little helpful, as you can see, we do have a lot of calculation. We do have 1 divided by 9, and that is a quick way to do the calculations or get approximation. So I hope this tutorial will help, and I'll see you next time. In this video, I will be sharing a small math trick which could be very handy when it comes to exam or in the shopping center. If you are shopping and you need to do some calculation, you can use this trick. And this trick will allow you to divide any number by 525 or 125 in few seconds without using any calculator. And you can also use this trick to impress your friends or just to share with your kids, because that will do make them excited. So how the trick works: so for example, suppose I have a number uh, 16 and I want to divide it by 5. So usually if you try to divide this, you have to do some use some math, and it will can take you some time, and some people even like to use a calculator for it. However, if you use this trick, it's an easy way is you just multiply 16 by 2, and that is equal to 32. So I write a 32 here, and then I put a decimal after one digit from the right. So that is my answer. So what I did is I just double the number, and then I put a decimal after one decimal, after one digit on the right. Again the trick, suppose I have 32 and I want to divide it by 5. So in this case the answer will be 32 into 2, that is equal to 64, right? So answer will be 64, and then I put a decimal after one digit, that is 6.4. My answer is 6.4. Again, if I have 61 and I want to divide by 5, so the answer will be 122, one decimal, and then that will give me 12.2. So that's pretty easy. So how I come with this trick, it's not a magic, it's just a simple trick. So suppose if I have 16 and I want to divide by 5, that is equal to 16 divided by 10 into 2. So what I'm doing here is I'm multiplying by 2 and then I'm putting a decimal because I have a 10 in the denominator. So the answer is 32 divided by 10, that is equal to 3.2. So as you can see, the explanation is very simple, but most of the time we don't remember this relationship, and that's why we go with a longer calculation by actually dividing it by 5. So same trick can also be used to divide by 25. In this case, suppose if I have 16 and I want to divide by 25. So in this case, instead of multiplying by 2, I will multiply by 4. So 16 into 4 is equal to 64. So my answer will be equal to 64, and now I'll put a decimal after 2 digit from the right, so that will be equal to 0.64. That's my answer. Again, if I have 41 and I want to divide by 25, in this case 41 into 4, that is equal to 164. So the answer will be equal to 1.64. So as you can see, this 41 by 25, most of the people would have to use calculator for this calculation, but we can do it just without taking any time, just in the mind. Same way, if we have suppose 24 and I want to divide by 25, so 24 into 4, that's equal to 96. So my answer will be equal to 0.96. So again the trick is simplified as this. So if I have 16 and I want to divide by 25, that's equal to 16 into 4 divided by 100, and so I am multiplying these two numbers and I am dividing by 100, and that's why I put a decimal after 2 digits from the right. So it's equal to 64 divided by 100, and that's equal to 0.64. Again, this trick can also be used to divide by 125. This 125 may not be that much useful, but still it's a good exercise, and it's good to share with your friends. So suppose now I have to divide by 6. So I have 6 and I want to divide by 125. So let me put 2 zeros here so that it's more simple. And so I want to divide by 125, so I'll do it is, so I'll multiply 1600 by 8. Instead of 4, I multiply by 8 this time. So I multiply by 8 because 2 into 2 into 2 is equal to 8. So remember, so when we have to divide by 5, we just take 1 2, 25 we take 2 2s, and for other one we take 3 2s, right? So 1600 I multiply by 8. So what is 1600 into 8? It's easy. 16, we already know 16 into 4 is 64. So 16 into 8 is 128, and then we put 2 zeros in the end, and we divide by and we put a decimal after 3 digits. So the answer will be equal to 12.800. This may be a little complicated. Let me show you a simpler example. Suppose I have 11 and I want to divide by, not 11, like 11 and one more 0, and want to divide by 125. So the answer will be multiply this by 8. So 11 0 into 8 is equal to 880. So the answer will be 880, and then I put a decimal here after 3 digits, so that will be equal to 0.88. So again, how I come with this trick is I have 110 and I have 125, so that will be equal to 110 into 8 divided by 1000. So that's, in this case I'm just multiplying the number by 8 and then I'm dividing by 1000. So that's equal to 880 divided by 1000, that's equal to 0.880. Let's try it again. If I have suppose 100 and I want to divide by 125, so in this case it will be equal to 800 and a decimal after 3 digits, that's equal to 0.800. So that's our answer. So obviously you can go further and do the same thing for 250, but that will be almost equal to dividing by 25. So I hope this tricks help you. There is nothing new in this trick. It's just about realizing that there is another way to solve the same equation, and that could save you some time and also can make you faster when you are attending exam. So I hope it will help you, and I'll see you later. Bye.